Hey, what is up? If you saw from my intro, you'll notice that I am not in Chicago. I am in San Francisco. That is like such a beautiful church behind me. So I'm actually in San Francisco today. We start up school tomorrow. I'll actually be off tomorrow if you watched my last vlog. And I'll be returning back to work tomorrow. But today, well, this whole weekend, I was in San Francisco. And so I thought I'd vlog today. Today is Sunday, January something. I can't remember. I'm on vacation. I didn't think about it. But yeah, so today you're just going to get a glimpse of me in San Francisco. And then I'll be here tomorrow. And then Tuesday we'll be back in the classroom. I'll kind of go over with you guys later what I'm planning to do when I get back into the classroom on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully you guys enjoy this content, me on vacay in San Fran. Well, technically not for vacation. My boyfriend is a big 49ers fan and he came out to the game. But we thought we would bring the family. Kiddos are around here somewhere. I'm not alone. I'm with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. So they are also on watch, but I thought I'd just come in and do my little intro and then I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. When we stop, we're actually headed towards Pier 39. So I'll give you guys a little bit of footage over there. And then we'll go from there. YouTube. So yesterday was such a busy day, as you saw. We went to Pier 39 and we just pretty much stood there the whole day. There's so much to do in Pier 39 if you've never been to San Francisco. They had lots of shops, they had good restaurants, they had rides, they had sea lions, they had a lot going on. And so we actually just hung out pretty much in that area all day yesterday. And so it actually started to rain and downpour, so I didn't get really much of a chance to kind of sign off for yesterday. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We went to eat at one of the restaurants. My son went on a ride, and then we won some toys. We did some touristy shopping. I love this sweater. It's so soft and so comfortable, and the color is just so pretty. And yeah, it's like so buttery soft. Like, I love it. I think it's so pretty. And so yeah, they had a lot of great shops with a lot of like trinkets you can get. I got a new purse. I'll have to show you guys that. It's really cute. It's like here, let me see if I can show you. Hold on one second. So, I mean, don't mind the water bottle or pen, but yeah, it's this you can see it says I love San Francisco on the like band. It has a bunch of different like San Francisco stuff on there. It's just really pretty, and I think it's adorable. I can't wait to actually put all my stuff in it from my purse into this, but all my stuff from my purse is actually at home, because the only purse that I brought was like a small little like carry-on that just has like basic stuff, because you know, obviously traveling. But yeah, and today we actually have a bit of sunshine, as you can kind of see. We haven't had hardly any sun since we've been here, and so this is the first time that we've had some really nice sun. So I'm hoping that it lasts pretty much the entire day, or at least a good chunk of the day. So I'm not sure what we're actually gonna do today. We were actually supposed to leave today, but I guess my mother-in-law and sister-in-law decided that they wanted to stay an extra day, and it would have just been me and the kids going back, which would have been fine, but it kind of would have derailed a lot of stuff happening. So because my boyfriend is staying another like week, because he's going to the 49ers game on Sunday next week, so he's staying the rest of the week. So I don't have anyone to take my son to school, so my mother-in-law was gonna do it. But if she ends up staying, oh, I have all this like, didn't even realize I had all this like buzz in my hair. Whatever. Yeah, so since she's gonna stay, I won't have anyone to take my son to school, so he would have missed like another day or so of school. So I'm like, and so I'll miss another day of work, which is okay. I mean, I can send my lesson plans and everything will be good. But yeah, so we'll just be doing another round, so I'll vlog that and you can kind of see a little bit more of San Francisco. I think we're supposed to be doing like this restaurant that we always go to. It's like a sandwich shop. It's really nice. We're supposed to go see the Pink Ladies today, so that'll be nice. For those of us that don't know, that's like the houses that kind of look the same. If you've ever watched the show Full House, that's kind of what they look like. So I'll get some footage of that, and then I think we're supposed to go to Lombard Street, which is like that zigzaggy. I think you've seen it yesterday in my video, but you couldn't really see it from afar. But I think we're gonna hit it a little closer, so maybe I'll get some footage of that. But yeah, and then we'll be, yeah, because I think we were supposed to leave today, so we'll be here tomorrow. So we leave tomorrow afternoon. So I'll be back in the classroom on Wednesday. So I know it'll be a really short week, because we'll only have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then we have Dare on Friday. So I haven't seen Officer Allison in probably like 5 weeks, so that'll be fun to see her. I haven't seen her in a minute, so I do miss seeing her on Fridays, but we'll see her again because we just haven't had her because of break, and then the weather, school closing, so I haven't really seen her. But yeah, and then I'm just going to show you a little bit of what it looks like outside with the sun. I'm not going to go out there because the the deck is wet, but because it was like, it poured rain so bad yesterday. But I'm gonna show you what it looks like outside more or less, and then yeah, then we'll get our day started. So as you can see, it looks so much different today. Weather's so great. It's a little cooler, but nowhere near cooler than Chicago, so I'll take it. But yeah, look at, it's a little cloudy by the mountains, but it's still pretty beautiful. Still grateful for the view. And yeah, let's see what the day brings us. So how's it going? It's just my check-in. So we are, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. So my boyfriend is a really big fan of that movie, loves it, because it's, I think he just loves the aspect of the motivation and everything that Chris Gardner went through to, you know, to come out, you know, after trying to support his son and whatnot and everything that he went through, whatever. So he's, you know, he persevered. So so we're driving around, and I guess we're looking for like some of the spots where they did film the movie. And so kind of see behind me, like up there, and then to the left, I guess, if you go around this fence, there's the scene at the end of the movie where he's walking with his son, and then the real Chris Gardner comes and kind of like walks past them. And so he wanted to take a picture with like him and my two kids over there. And so that's kind of why I'm sitting in the car right now waiting for them. And then we're supposed to go see the Pink Ladies, and then we're going to go see, I guess, the house that they filmed Mrs. Doubtfire in. So that should be pretty nice. I am excited about that. I don't know who this random gentleman is that's coming this way. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys when we head, oh, I guess this is this car. When we head out to, sorry, I don't know if he was saying something. But yeah, that's his car, so he's getting in. And we're kind of like somewhat illegally parked, and so I'm just making sure that we're good and that we're not getting towed, because it's like really crazy. Like, I'll have to show you here. Hold on, let me show you like how this looks. So if you can kind of see, it's like very steep going down, and so a lot of these cars are parallel parked. And then here, I'll go on this side. You can kind of see that the cars on this side are like regularly parked, but like there's the hill, and then yeah, and then like this is the street going down, and you can't really see it, like it doesn't do it justice on the video, but see here, you can kind of see how like it takes a dip, and then it kind of goes like, it takes like a, or my finger, yeah, it takes like a dip there, and then it kind of goes back up. So yeah, so that's kind of our current situation. So yeah, so once we hit the Pink Ladies, I'll take videos so you can see the Pink Ladies. And then Mrs. Doubtfire's, not her house, but like Robin Williams' house before he became Mrs. Doubtfire. So I think we're going to stop there. So, and then I think that was all the plan for today. I think we're going back to Pier 39 to, I guess, my boyfriend bought a sweater yesterday, kind of where I got this sweater from. He bought a sweater yesterday, and so it didn't fit the way that he had wanted, so he's going to exchange it. So we'll go back to Pier 39. Maybe I'll get some more footage. Maybe there'll be more seals out today. My hair is a hot mess, but I forgot to bring, like, I mean, I normally don't when, like, I'm traveling and I, you know, when I have my bag, like, carry on, but I didn't realize that with what the tickets that my boyfriend bought, we had to do check-in bag. And so, because we had to do a check-in bag, I could have brought like my hair products and I didn't. So like my hair is kind of really frizzy and I didn't have like any like mousse or conditioner like that, like leave-in conditioner to do. So we're just working with this hair today. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Hey, so we are at Baker's Beach here in San Francisco, California. And as you can imagine, it is pretty windy and it's very foggy. And you can see how foggy it is. And the waves are just so crazy. Look at that. They're nuts. But yeah, I'm gonna just get a couple of I'm gonna get a little closer so you can kind of see how crazy these waves are. And then, yeah, I mean, this day, beautiful but foggy. From beautiful San Fran, California. Today is our last day. And we decided to come back to the beach to kind of just see it when it wasn't too foggy, so we were able to see the Golden Gate Bridge and then just kind of see some of the mountains. There are actually quite a few people here today than there were yesterday. Yeah, and then so these are just some of the houses that were here. So we fly back today. Funny enough, we had an e-learning day today, and so we actually were not in school. So so we weren't in school today. So I was actually pretty thankful that I was able to actually put a lot of work on the Google Classroom for the students, even though that is a very big crow. You know, even though I wasn't even aware that we were doing e-learning or whatever. So hold on, let me turn you guys around. So this is like day 5 here with like no conditioner, no product, just, you know, bedhead, I guess, at this point, but whatever. After today, it'll be a lot better. So, but yeah, we're just here at the beach, and our flight leaves in a few hours, so we're gonna probably head out. You can kind of see like, oh, my bag's under my eyes. I'm just like really, I don't want to say I'm tired, but it's just been a long trip because, you know, just with the time change and then going to bed really late, you know, just usually when you're on vacation, that's what you do because you want to hang out with everyone as much as you can. So that's what we've been doing today. I went to bed, yesterday I went to bed pretty early, probably the earliest I've been, probably about midnight, San Fran time, so I'd say maybe about 2 in the morning. Chicago time. So but yeah, so it's just it is nice. It was really nice today. Like the sun was out a little bit more, but then of course it got cloudy and it's a little chilly, but I'm wearing my comfortable San Fran sweater again because it's just warm and comfy. So yeah, so tomorrow hopefully we'll be back in the classroom. Some people were saying, like from my son's school, that we might do another e-learning day, at least for him, because I guess I'm not really sure. I haven't really been paying attention to the weather, but I guess like there's just a lot of ice and stuff. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes tomorrow, but we should be back in the classroom tomorrow. So I think I'll definitely hit you guys back up tomorrow. I just kind of wanted to come on here and just kind of give you a little glimpse of the last day and just kind of a little glimpse of the view before we head out. So I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning and just let you guys know how the flight and everything went. Good morning. By the looks of it, as you can see, I am driving to work. I finally made it back. I am on my way to work. As you can see, it is very snowy outside, very slushy, very icy. The nice thing is that it's not 30, or it's not cold. It's 37, 38 degrees. So the good thing is that everything is like melting, and so, but that's the only thing that stinks, is because of the fact that it's melting. It's making that slushy effect, and so cars tend to be a little bit more slippery. But anywho, yeah, I only had one little slip out this morning, and it was like right by my house, on the side streets, and I think it's just much more worse on the side streets because not a lot of traffic, as opposed to like the main streets where there isn't too much like slush and ice because people are constantly going. But yeah, right, it's crazy to know that just yesterday at this time I was in almost 60-degree weather, and now I'm in like 37-degree weather, but it's not that cold, so it's not too bad. However, I am very, very tired. I didn't get home, like officially get home, walking in my door, until about 12:30ish, and then by the time like the kids were hungry, so I had to give them a snack. I wasn't gonna make them anything because it was really late, but made them a snack, and by the time like we actually like got in bed and did everything, it was already like 1:30 in the morning. And my kids, I don't know if it was just because of the 2-hour time change that they were just so restless. So like we were in bed and the television was off, lights are off, and they're still talking and they're still like conversing, and I'm like, shh, go to bed, go to bed, go to bed. Tried singing. I don't know. I mean, I know my kids are 5 and 6 and I still sing to them sometimes. But they like it. So, but yeah, so it was just like 1:30 by the time it was all said and done. So needless to say, I'm very tired today. You know, that's always the stress of, you know, coming back from somewhere where it's just like a lot just going on when you get back, of, you know, having to unpack and having to clean and organize and all that good stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at these next few days. Yeah, my boyfriend won't be back until Monday. So today is what, Wednesday? I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have 4-ish days to myself with the kids to kind of get all that stuff done. Get that stuff done. So I plan on doing that today and the rest of the week. And like I said, just laundry, like just laundry that we left, not necessarily clothes that we took with us, because my mother-in-law was like constantly doing laundry. So like the majority of the clothes, aside from what we wore, were pretty much clean. So like everything in my bag is pretty much clean, so I don't have to like rewash anything. But like dirty clothes that we left behind, and just like the house thankfully wasn't too messy when we left. Like I made sure the dishes were done. It's just like there's just like little things that are like coats, you know, somewhere they shouldn't be, or like shoes somewhere, because we were kind of in a rush making sure to grab everything. So, but anywho, so today in class, so this afternoon we have access testing. I totally forgot that we changed the schedule, and so I'm access testing this afternoon, which is nice, because not saying that I don't have a plan, because obviously I do. I just it's just a little rough because you know, just coming back and not really having much time to kind of get my ducks in a row before coming to work today, because of just being home so late. And you know, when you have things planned or you have like ideas of what you're going to do, it's nice to always look them over, and I didn't really get a chance to do that. And so, and it's already Wednesday, so you know, that kind of stinks, because it's like, you know, I literally only have today, tomorrow, and Friday. And like with my homeroom, I only technically have today and tomorrow, because Friday they have DARE. And so because they have DARE, like that morning class is pretty much, non-existent for the most part. And so it's like, so yeah, it's just a funky thing that I hate, like starting in the middle of the week, but whatever. So I wanted to kind of introduce them to figurative language, and then sorry, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I went a different way this morning because I didn't have to drop off my daughter, so I was like looking at my route. Yeah, my mother-in-law, because my boyfriend is out of town, my mother-in-law has to come to take my son every day to school and pick him up because he starts at a later time than I do. So she kept my daughter as well, because my daughter was wanting her to drop her off at my mom's house. So she was like, I'll take her if you want. So I didn't have to go the normal route of taking her to my mom's house. So it kind of, I mean, I've taken this way before, but it's like I don't usually do. So I always like have to make sure that I'm not. But anywho, so yeah, so I think this week we're going to talk a little bit about figurative language. We're going to start talking about that. We're going to continue doing our Greek and Latin roots. There was one of the things that we wanted to kind of talk about, because one of the standards that we want to hit on, not so much theme, because we have talked about theme. It was more so identifying the theme in a story and then being able to kind of write a persuasive essay as to why you chose that theme, and like evidence in the story to back it up. So so that's kind of what we're supposed to be doing this week. I think what I'll just end up doing is I will start talking and introducing figurative language and just talking about like what it is, and just showing examples of it, and like comparing it to figurative, which is versus literal, and kind of just talk a little bit about the ones that we do have and that we talk about in 5th grade, but not necessarily go over them all. I think the rest of the week will just be dedicated to being able to identify the difference between the two. And I know that my higher kids probably might get that a lot faster than my lower kids. But I think just because of the week being so short, to try to go into like lessons and try to talk about like the different ones. I mean, maybe we can probably get to one of them. Because I think one of the ones that are the easiest to teach, if I'm not mistaken, is onomatopoeia. And I think that one is actually the pretty easiest one. So usually that's the one that we would start with. And I know simile is also pretty easy, because obviously you have to look at things like or as. But in this case, with 5th grade, it's not just necessarily looking at like what is a simile and being able to identify that it is a simile, but being able to identify what they're comparing. And so what they're comparing and contrasting. So that's kind of what the skill is for that. And then especially when we go into metaphor, that one is a little harder because of the way that it is conveyed. So when you say, I don't know, Jenna, was a cheetah in a track meet, them being able to identify, okay, not just necessarily her, but like her running to a cheetah. And I know, like, again, it sounds basic and simplistic. That's like the first idea that I was able to come up with. But we do get a lot more like aggressive metaphors that are hard for kids to understand because of the fact that there isn't a like or as, and then being able to be like, oh, they're comparing this to this. And so that one gets a little bit trickier. I mean, they're able to know to distinguish the difference between a simile and metaphor, but the thing that we want them to learn is not just what the figurative language is, but like what are they comparing in that statement, and like how do you know, so so I think that if we do start on and talking about it, we might just kind of get into onomatopoeia, because again, onomatopoeia are sound words, and that one is usually a lot easier to look at and see and to explain than some of the other ones, because I think in 5th grade we do simile, metaphor, alliteration, personification, onomatopoeia, and I think there's another one. There's maybe one or two more that we kind of touch base on as well. So, but that'll probably be into next week. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. I'll probably have to start getting them. So I think what I'm going to do this week is, you know, distinguish the difference between figurative and literal, and then start talking about opinion writing and what it conveys in the to opinion writing. And a lot of kids, I'm sure, know, so I just, you know, write what I like, and that's fine to write about like opinions as to what you like. But I think that the hard thing that a lot of the kids struggle with is being able to support it. And I mean, it's a lot easier to support your ideas if, you know, I like, you know, burgers to pizza. That is a lot easier to be able to, you know, tell someone or explain to some degree. But then it's like when you have to actually go into, okay, this is what I agree with, and these are the reasons why I agree with, and, you know, supporting why. And I mean, you're getting a good opinion based on what you're reading. So like if, for example, you think that this particular story talks about this particular theme, okay, well, that's fine, but why do you think that? What in the story tells you those things is what makes it. And, you know, a lot of the times the kids are just like, I don't know, I just do. And it's like, yeah, but we have to explain. Sorry, that's my little soapbox. But anyway, so yeah, I should be at school like in the next like 5 minutes. So I'll check in with you guys during PLC to let you guys know how the day went. It should be interesting. I haven't seen my kids since Thursday, so I've missed them Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I'll be interesting to hear their stories and how it was going. So I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Hopefully you guys are having a great hump day. Hey, how's it going? So it is the end of the day. I literally have just been kind of running around, I guess not running around, but just like a bunch of different like technical stuff. So this morning I had a meeting, and then this afternoon we had access testing. So that's kind of where we went with that. And then by the time everything was said and done, I really didn't get a chance to do much with my afternoon group. So my first group, we were able to get through kind of talk a little bit about figurative language. We were able to get through some grammar. We were able to get through our making words, as well as so not only our making words, but also our why am I drawing a blank? Oh, where we were able to make sentences using like past tenses. So like yesterday, today, tomorrow. So we were able to do that with my first class. My second class, we weren't able to, because as soon as lunch was over, they had to switch, and then they did access testing till almost about 2:00. And then by the time that happened, I wanted to still conference with some of my kiddos that I didn't get a chance to show them their MAP scores and kind of just have a conversation about that. And then my teacher, or the person that comes in to relieve me for my prep period, came in. And so by the time I came back, I wanted a conference with the rest of my kids, which I was able to do. So I'm all done with conferencing, and so we're kind of gonna hit the ground running. So we will be testing again tomorrow, or I'm sorry, not tomorrow. We'll be testing again on Friday. So tomorrow will just be an actual like day of instruction. So I'm hoping that maybe with my second class, I can kind of go over what we did in my first class tomorrow, and then my first class, we can kind of just move on from there. But other than that, it was just a pretty like, you know, getting back into a swing of things day. My second class, you know, because we had testing, they were just kind of all over the place after it was all said and done. And, you know, I get it. You know, they're all checked out because they had to test. And then it's like, oh, now we tested and now we go back to instruction. So I know that was a little hard for them. So right now we actually have a meeting in about 3 minutes till about 4:15. So that's kind of where I'm going to be heading here shortly. And then we get out at 4:15, and then I'm gonna go home. Well, no, I'm gonna go and pick up my daughter, and then I maybe pick up my son. I don't know, depending on if my mother-in-law decided to stay at my house and wait for me. So I don't know, but I told her she could either take him to her house, or she can drop them off at my mom's house. Either way, I have to stop at my mom's house to pick up the dogs and my daughter. So yeah, we're just gonna have our meeting, and then that'll be the end of the day, and then we'll be on to Thursday, and then we'll be on to Friday, and then that'll be my week, and then we'll be right back at it next week, and then I can kind of just hopefully enjoy the weekend. Got a lot of things I have to do. Made a list of things that I have to do at home, like laundry, unpack, all that good stuff, and I'm really, really tired because I literally only got about maybe 4-ish good hours of sleep, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like so lagged, and that I think that 2-hour time kind of really got to me. And so it's just been hard to kind of adjust. And I mean, it's only been a few days, but it's just hard when you're constantly like, you know, going to bed at midnight, but it's really 2 a.m. here, or vice versa. So yeah, but I'm going to just, get ready to go home, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully your guys' hump day went by pretty fast, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning, and welcome to this foggy Thursday morning. So, today, it's Thursday, and I'm very excited about being Thursday. I'm gonna be even more excited when it's Friday tomorrow. Just because it's been such a long week. And I mean, granted, I've only been in school gonna be 3 days after, you know, today I'll be here Friday, so I only have had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But I mean, it's just been a long week for me personally, just with the travel and just everything. It's just been a long week. So yeah, so I am on my way to school now, and it's just really foggy outside. Hold on one second, actually. I need to pull up my directions and see which way they want me to go this morning, because I'm not dropping off my daughter. My mother-in-law is dropping her off again today, so I have free range to go whichever way I choose, because I don't have to go to my mom's house. So I'm just gonna look and see what's the fastest route. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I've figured out my life. So so today we won't do any testing. Yesterday we did access testing in the afternoon, so we won't do it today. We will do it tomorrow afternoon, so it'll be an easier afternoon for a Friday, which is nice, because then I can actually lesson plan a little bit before the weekend and just kind of get things together for next week. So I think what we're going to do today is, for my first class, I told you guys yesterday that we were able to get through the making words, the grammar, our Greek and Latin roots, and just everything that we needed. And then we kind of talked about figurative language. So today I'm probably going to do that with my afternoon crew, and then my crew in the morning will probably do the same thing, but we obviously will have different components. So we'll probably do our grammar, our making words. We'll do a little bit more with the Greek and Latin roots. We'll discuss some figurative language. I'm thinking I'll probably maybe introduce one of the figurative languages, maybe talk a little bit more about similes. I think I might have a book. I don't know if the library, like our school library, has a book with similes, but if not, I mean, I definitely have one that I could use to just show them. And I mean, like I said, similes usually pretty easy with, just obviously seeing the comparisons of like and as. The only difficult part about it is being able to find the comparisons. But it seems like most of them yesterday kind of understood the difference between the literal language and the figurative language, and I just call it the figure it out language. So I hope that kind of resonates with them, that they know that, okay, this is not something that they're telling me like, there's no read between the lines, like this is literal. And then the figure it out is like, oh, you're telling me something and I have to figure it out figuratively what you're trying to say. So but yeah, so I think I'd seen there's this teacher that I follow, and I followed her for a few years. It's called Teaching with a Mountain View. I know it's bad with the handles, we don't really know their personal names, but yeah, so her name is Teaching with a Mountain View, and she has this really cool way of like incorporating photos into utilizing them for like whatever area of need it is. And so this was probably a bad idea because it's so foggy out. Sorry, just turning, and it's so foggy outside. Like I couldn't even tell you, like, people are driving and it's like you maybe more than like 15-20 feet you can't see in front of you. But yeah, so she does this really good lesson where she has photos, and she has like 4 different components on these worksheets that you are able to kind of utilize whatever figurative language you're using. So if we're using simile, we look at the photo, and then we kind of like, she has like questions, she has like things, and then she has 4 different domains in how you can show that you understand simile. So I like that because it's nice. You know, we always talk about like when we give exit tickets, you want to give 4 different types of questions, you know, because that obviously differentiates. So like you'll have like a multiple choice question, you'll have like a small short answer question, maybe like a matching question, or just, you want to have 4 different types, because if you do 4 different types of questions, then those kids that like maybe can't handle doing a short answer can at least show the skill using another question type. So like if I ask the question and I give them multiple choice, then they might be able to answer the question correctly. But then, you know, they might struggle with writing or spelling or whatever, or just being able to express what they want to say, and then like giving them like a question with a short answer might be a little difficult. But that doesn't mean that they don't know the skill. It just means that they, you know, are having trouble with the question. So but yeah, so she does a really good job. She has 4 different sections, and I'll show you guys later what it looks like when I'm at school and once I print them out. But yeah, it's 4 different sections of just like looking at a picture and being able to like distinguish the to look at and see and explain like what the picture is, and then how can we like utilize it for simile or whatever figurative language we're doing. So I think that's what we're going to do for figurative language, and then the other ones are pretty, you know, cut and dry, like, and then the making words. I think yesterday we did it on the whiteboards. They seemed to like it because they were able to write and stuff, but I don't know. I really like the kinesthetic way of doing it with the index cards or doing it with the sheet of paper. So I think I'm going to do that today. I'm going to try it with the sheet of paper, and I want to see which one works better. Because in the book, it also says that, you know, you want someone to come up and kind of showcase what they're doing. But I did make slides yesterday, and so because I feel like the one thing that I didn't have was the visual. And I know that in the book they're like, oh, you write the word and you have like your cards and you maneuver and manipulate them on why am I drawing a blank? You project them so the kids can see. However, I think that, you know, having the slide, like, so I have the slide, and the good thing is I have the Promethean board, so like it's not old school where you can actually like write on there. So like I can have them maneuver the words, and then I can write them on the actual slide, and so they'll be on there, because I feel like just asking them and doing the rules, because, you know, there's the different ones, there's the, you know, the making homophones, you know, changing the letters or rearranging the letters around, transferring words. So I just made like 7 slides yesterday that we can utilize when we change the skill and what we're doing, so they can follow along easier. But all right, well, that's enough explaining. I'm like 7 minutes later. I'm like, but yeah, so we will head on to school. It says I should be there at 8:02. It is 7:34 now, so like in the next half hour I should be there. And then yeah, So I'll check in with you guys at PLC time to show you guys what we did and how we did it and all that good jazz. So I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. And I will check in with you guys in the midday. Hey, how's it going? So we made it through to lunch. Yeah, I did not get a chance to check in for PLC, but we did make it to lunch. So just want to show you a little bit of what we did today. So this was the sheet that I was talking to you guys about similes. The picture, so we did the picture, and then we chose which one kind of matched the simile that matched the picture. So I did give them 3 similes, and then they just had to pick the one, and then there was a little like apply it, so they had to pick the simile in the sentence, and then they made some similes based on the picture that they saw. That one's the one we did together, and then the back side is what they did either in a group or on their own. And then we also did we did this yesterday, but today we did just a crossword puzzle. So we did like a true false. So I would give them a sentence, and it just says, so for example, like this one says, things that are sentimental do not mean anything, and they were supposed to say true or false. This is just to give me the idea that they understand what the root word means. And then the backside was just a crossword puzzle, and it just had like a vehicle with a power system that is designed to transport passengers, and so they would know the automobile. So it's just working more with the graphic, or with the Greek and Latin roots. And I think the ones we're working on this week are auto, dyna, cent, ambi, and graph. So those are the 5 that we're working with. And then we also did making words today, and I think it went really well. So I actually used the strips. So I did cut out the strips, and I had them rip the letters, and I think that they enjoyed that a little bit more because they got to manipulate it, and I think it helped them. Like it was just a lot better, I think, than giving them the whiteboards, because I feel like with the whiteboards they get easily distracted because they can draw, and I think with them just having the letters, the only thing they can utilize is the letters. So they're like putting them in place, or if they are playing with the letters, they're manipulating them, but they're still making words. So like they're playing with them, but not really. But with the whiteboards, I would notice they would just color or they would just draw. And so it's an easier distraction for them. So I think I'm gonna stick with the letters and not do the whiteboards. So I thought that was pretty cool. So right now I'm just eating my lunch. I have about 15 minutes before my next class comes in. So I'm gonna eat my lunch really quickly, and then I'm going to get started for the next class that comes in. So I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day and let you know how my second class went. But so far so good. We did not get to writing today. I really honestly think we're not going to get to writing this week, because tomorrow we do have testing, so it would just be really careless to do it. Well, in the morning I have DARE, so they're not going to really have an opportunity to do much. And then I have testing in the afternoon, so they're not going to really get the opportunity to do much. So we might just have to put it on the back burner for next week. But I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day and let you guys know how it's going. Yeah, and I ordered Potbellies for lunch. It was actually free because I had a gift card that someone had given me for Christmas. It was like $15 on it. And then I still had like $4 or $5 on a gift card from something else. So it was practically free. So I had it DoorDashed to me, and I got a free cookie. So I'm just gonna eat my lunch, and then I'll check in with you guys later. All right, so we made it to the end of the day. Yeah, so my second half was pretty much very similar to my first half. I think we just did a little bit different. The making words went really well. I think they also liked the little like strips. So I think I'm gonna start doing the strips as opposed to the whiteboards. Also, I think they did a little bit better in terms of the words, coming up with the words. So that was nice. And then we just went over Greek and Latin roots because it was the first time being introduced to them. And then we did figurative language. We did that same sheet with the girl and the other pieces. So I haven't had a chance to look at, I looked at my first class, and it looks like, I don't want to say they don't get it, because they do understand, but just what I imagine would happen, like They understand the concept of comparing two things using like or as, but when it comes to them actually like writing it out, it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to touch base on that tomorrow and kind of go through their stuff. And then I'm going to actually think I'm going to make a slide with like their examples and then have people look at them and just, you know, kind of see like, oh, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, to see if they can kind of understand the concept. But I haven't had a chance to look at my second class to see how they did. So, yeah, I think I'm going to just finish my slides for tomorrow for my making words. And then I'm going to head out, go pick up my kids because we have a dentist appointment at 4. And I probably need to leave now actually, because by the time I pick them up and then go to my mom's house and then go to Naperville, it would probably be 5. So yeah, so I'm going to sign off for today. I will check in with you guys tomorrow morning on the way to work. Hopefully your Thursday's going good, and TGIF, excited, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday. We made it. The longest, shortest week ever of my life. No, it wasn't actually too crazy. It wasn't as bad. But yeah, I definitely, and I think it's just me wanting the Friday because I'm just so tired. Like, I'm trying to catch up from like, I don't know, jet lag or being 2 hours behind. I don't know. But yeah, but I'm so happy that it's Friday. I'm so happy that today is supposed to be an easy breezy day. Supposed to be. I mean, a little easy breezy. We got dare in the morning. So my homeroom gets dare. So that's like a chunk of my time that gets taken up. And then we have access testing in the afternoon. So that takes about an hour of my time. So not to say that I want to like not teach. I mean, because obviously I do. But it just like helps the time go by faster. Plus, I'm excited because I have not seen my girl, Officer Allison, in like 5 weeks, maybe 6. Because we had our Christmas break, and then we had map testing, and then we had we had our Christmas break. The Friday before break, we had a half a day, so she didn't come that day. And then we had map testing, and then I wasn't here because I was out of town. So this is the first day in probably about 6 weeks that I'm going to see her, and so I'm so excited. I was actually supposed to see her during the break. I was gonna take my kids. She offered to have my kids come like see her car, like her police car, and to come like tour the police station. But I guess the day that we had planned to do it, she got called in to be on patrol. So she was like, I don't want to be, you know, out and about, and you know, I get a call or whatever. So I was like, well, we'll figure out another day. So, but yeah, so I'm excited because I get to see her today. And then what else? And yeah, so then like I said, our next round of access testing is today. We are testing in the afternoon for that hour, and then yeah, that is it. I mean, I'll still do some of my making words activity. Today is Figure Out Friday, so I'm gonna do my Figure It Out Friday. I picked a good one that I think might be good. I don't know. I think it might have them stumped. Well, I guess I had 2, so let me scratch. I had 2. So I have one that like gives them a block, like almost kind of like Boggle, where it's like, hey, how many words, you know, can you come up with, you know, using all of these, which I think would be cool. But I think some of my kids that are, they're not as motivated. I feel like they're just not going to really participate, or they're just going to get like 2 or 3 words. But then there is also the other one where it shows a parked car, and then it has like parking spots, and it asks which parking spot is the spot the car is in. And so you have to figure it out. And so the premise of it is like when you're looking at the picture, you're supposed to turn the picture around, and then it'll give you the numbers. But I don't think the kids will get that. I think they'll just constantly try to find the pattern in the numbers, which might take a hot minute. So I don't know. That's my guess. But so I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a last minute decision as to what I go with. But I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll probably do the Figure It Out Friday before Dare. And then afterwards we'll do the making words. And then I think we have a crossword puzzle or a word search for my Greek and Latin roots. And then just some other activities. And then, yeah, I don't know. I might have them do, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe next week when I do the Greek and Latin roots, I might have them do something a little bit more hands-on with them, because I mean the person that I purchased them from on TBT has a lot of good like ideas, and it's like repetition, so the worksheets are the same, so it's like, you know, it helps them to kind of, you know, have a routine. But I feel like sometimes the worksheets are just mundane. Like I don't know, I tell me what you think, but like I try my best for the most part to try to find activities where it's like once I lecture, I get the kids up and moving, and I do like, I always try to do like a 4 corners or like a scavenger hunt or just something that I feel like will get them up and moving, because, you know, it's like, who wants to sit at their desk all day? I mean, when you're a 5th grader. Me personally, I'd prefer to sit at my desk all day. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe subconsciously I'm like, nah, because why would I be a teacher, right? Because we're always up and moving. And I think I liked the only thing I would say I loved about an office job was that it was like, sometimes like you would go in knowing what you were gonna do, meaning like it wasn't a new day every day sometimes, and it was like you had a routine of what you were doing. So it's like every day, if like you came in and you answered calls and you like filed paperwork and you did this and that was your job, it'd be something that you just do every day, and it's like, you don't, I guess, like a no-brainer. But if, you know, with teaching, it's like, it doesn't work that way. It's like every day is a new day. Every day is like not the same as yesterday. And it's like, you know, if one thing didn't work for me, I got to switch it up. So I don't walk in every day like having a set routine other than like what I do. So like my word ladders are cursive, or my making words, grammar, things like that. But it's like every component within that routine is new or different always. So I don't know, it is what it is. However, yeah, so I should be, I'm running a little late this morning. I stopped at Starbucks. My mother-in-law actually got there right at 7:15, and it just sucks because it's like, you know, it would be nice if she was a little earlier, only because like, you know, it's like we're switching off, and I'm like, hey, you know, this is what I got done today for Georgie, like just make sure he does this, make sure this. So it's like while you're sitting here giving your Rolodex of lists, you know, the time goes by. So I didn't leave until almost 7:30, and so that just makes me later. And then I stopped at Starbucks. See, you're probably like, why you stopped at Starbucks if you were late? I did stop at Starbucks because I didn't have time to make coffee and breakfast, and I didn't want to be like starving or, you know, uncaffeinated. So, well, anywho, yeah, so I am going to head to school. I'll check in with you guys in the middle of the day. Maybe I'll get some Officer Allison footage so you guys can see her again. And then, yeah, I'll check in with you guys midday. All right, I hope you are having a fabulous Friday, and woohoo to the weekend.
I'm just admiring the wings. Evan, this was after you go on, I want to see your high five. I know. High five. You look so. Annika, high five me. High five. Yeah. Have you done just one? There's two.
Hey, it is 4:41 and I should have been gone an hour ago, but my kids are with my mom. They're staying over today as well as I think tomorrow. So I pretty much have no one to go home to except my pups. So I'm kind of just like maybe trying to get a jump start on next week. And so that's why I'm here a little bit later, which is fine because I'm just making copies and getting myself together for next week so that way I don't have to worry about it on Monday morning. But today was, again, like it was just really quick, really easy. We, dare in the morning, and then my kids, we did our making words activity. That's all we really had time for. And then we went to lunch, all that good jazz. Then they had library. I forgot about that. And then my second class, we had access. And then by the time they were really actually done with access, they had my prep period came along. So they had like their dual language session. And then after that, by the time I came back, the kids had like Fun Friday. So we really didn't even get a chance to do the making works activities. So I'm just planning ahead for next week on my planning words activity, and like as far as like what I'm doing on Monday at least, so that way I am prepared and ready to go for Monday, so that I'm not scrambling on Monday morning to come in and try to figure things out. So I'm gonna set myself up for success. Then I'll probably go home and just chill, and then I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna just get up early and probably start doing house stuff and laundry, because I honestly only have like laundry to do, and then maybe just like dusting and mopping and sweeping and things like that. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end my vlog here. I will hopefully you guys enjoyed it today, and you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week in the next vlog.